All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving into the mother of all discussions here, the New World Order, as most people know it as the NWO. Picture this, you got a bunch of big shots right now teaming up to create a global empire, government, economy, religion, all wrapped up in one neat little package. Now, before you slap on the tinfoil hat and just call this a conspiracy theory, hear me out. There's smoke, and where there's smoke, there's usually a blazing fire. And in this case, it's an inferno of wicked lies. And this is all leading to a worldwide digital currency and a social credit system. Now, let's go over the money thing first. Digital currencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. have skyrocketed. They're, the new cool kids in town for buying, selling, banking, as well as, committing crimes online and allowing you that anonymous Swiss bank account type of money laundering, that hasn't been seen since, like, the heyday of the cocaine money of the 1980s. And it's literally like the Wild West. It's open to all sorts of shenanigans. So the powers that be, they're going to use that as an excuse to concoct their own version, which are known as central bank issued digital currencies, or CBDCs. Now, these babies, they're backed by governments. They're tied to traditional money. They're promising stability in this whole digital rodeo. One of the big names right now, PayPal, they just launched their own stable coin backed by the U.S. dollar. It's the first time this has ever happened. I've talked to some, pretty rich guys in the crypto industry, and a few of them have told me that they think what's going on is, the United Nations is actually using PayPal as a means of testing this world digital currency. This is kind of like a test run right now. I mean, it's weird that a digital currency is being backed with the permission of a state of the federal government. I mean, that's just weird. Okay, now over in China, they're blazing the trail with this. A lot of this stuff is being tested in China right now because, it's a communist country and it's corrupt to the core. They got what's known as the Digital Currency Electronic Payment System, or DCEP. It's about to hit the stage. Let me tell you, it's got a VIP pass to every transaction you make. Literally nothing you can do. You can't buy anything without them knowing exactly what you're doing. It's tied to your personal ID, and the government's going to literally watch everything you're buying with artificial intelligence. They're even making sure that the Chinese yuan, their equivalent of the dollar, remains a global reserve currency, and that's some heavy stuff right there. And other players are coming out of up the backstage. We got Sweden, Japan, Canada. They all want a piece of this digital pie. Europe's fooling around with it a little bit, like the digital euro, and MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They're actually teamed up with the Federal Reserve Bank of Massachusetts, working on a digital dollar. That's horrifying, especially after you hear what I'm about to say later on in the video. Now, the next thing I want to touch over, embrace yourselves. This is just Orwellian, dystopian, nightmare BS right here. The social credit system. Now, imagine a credit score, but, it's on steroids. And this time, it's not just about your finances. It's your entire life under the microscope. Your spending habits, online activity, political leanings, who your friends are, who your lovers are. All of this is going to be held up to an artificial intelligence for analyzation and scrutiny. And, if you're playing the good soldier, paying your taxes on time, supporting the quote-unquote approved causes of the ruling elite, you're going to get a high score. But here's the kicker. If you're not towing the line, if you dare to voice your own thoughts or stray from the flock, well, get ready for penalties, fines, and even a boot from the financial system. They're doing this in China right now, okay? And China is embracing the score game like a champ. They're saying by 2025, every citizen's going to have a unique social credit number. Sounds a lot like the American Social Security number. And it's going to act like a backstage pass to society's, exclusive club. You got low scores, you're shit out of luck. No public transportation, no education, no bank account, no employment. You're literally gone. You're a ghost at that point. And you're going to end up on the street, and you're going to be bumming digital change. And it sounds remarkably like the Book of Revelation. Yeah, that's right. The Book of Revelation talks about this entire scenario. And you mark my words, it's like they're pulling pages right out of a script. And that script literally is the vision of John the Revelator, John of Patmos, the Book of Revelation. You're going to get mandatory marks for commerce, control over who can buy and sell. All the while, dissenters are left hanging in the wind. This is literally straight out of the Book of Revelation. I didn't even believe in God until I started looking into this stuff and seeing how it eerily aligns with the Book of Revelation. So, are we hurtling right now towards this cashless society? Cash right now, it's taking a back seat. I've been to stores out on the West Coast, out in California. They won't take cash anymore. You have to use digital payments. And they try to make it sound like it's for convenience sake. And a lot of people are like, oh, yeah, it is very convenient if I can just swipe my phone to pay for my meal. It sounds great, right? But, let's not kid ourselves. It's not all sunshine and frickin' rainbows here. Relying solely on electronics, not only is it up for all this governmental control, but you have cyber threats like hackers. And this is just going to leave the door wide open. Last year, $25 billion in crypto assets were stolen online. Okay, and only probably about, I'd say, 10% of the world's economy is, going through these cryptocurrencies right now. As that increases, these scammers are just going to make more and more and more. And I'll tell you one thing, I am absolutely certain that there are government agencies that are the ones that are behind a lot of this crypto scamming. I mean, why not? It's untraceable, it's untrackable. Great way to get black ops off the book financing. If you want to do some shady shit. Before they used to use drug money, but that got cracked down after the Iran-Contra affair. If any of y'all are my age and remember that. But, it's getting worse and worse and worse. If you want to end up having a bunch of governments, big corporations, and criminals knowing every frickin' thing there is to know about you, your family, and all that, you got to stand up against this shit. I keep telling people that, it's literally the time to take a stand, but no one listens. Everybody's just like off in fucking la-la land, it seems, and it sucks. It's really depressing. Because I know this stuff is really happening, because I've seen things the last few years that I don't know how to explain, terribly horrifying things. I mean, I've seen a bunch of kids being herded into semi-trucks out in New Mexico, and there were cops helping. There was local cops helping Mexican cartel gang members smuggle children. And I filmed it. And I got the shit kicked out of me, and they smashed my phone. The one guy said, you think it's bad here, you should see Santa Fe. And I don't even want to know what the fuck that means, but it's absolutely horrifying. Okay, we're literally living in the days of Noah. We're literally living during the time of judgment if we do not change our ways, if we do not stand up to the people that are doing this, Now, before you start stockpiling canned goods and, building a bomb shelter, let's pump the brakes a little bit Is this the end of days? I don't know. It looks that way to me. I was a lifelong agnostic, but I studied the Bible, because I found it to be an amazing piece of literature, and I just thought it was a bunch of allegories written, and stories to tell people's kids, to help them learn life lessons. But I am fully convinced at this point that we are sitting in the end times if we do not do something to stop these people in power, because they are doing things that literally the reason why God sent the flood. They're doing that same sort of shit nowadays. They're killing kids. They're sacrificing kids to Baal Moloch. There's rampant pedophilia among the wealthy. And if you think Donald Trump's the good guy here, you need to look into the guy's background. He was arrested in the early 2000s with Jeffrey Epstein in New York City at a party for raping a 14-year-old girl. You can find the arrest report online. The charges got swept under the rug, but they were filed. Because of the protection of minors, you can't find out the girl's name, but it says a 14-year-old girl in the police report. I've read it. I actually posted it on my YouTube channel one time, and it almost got my channel banned. I'll post it up on here on BitChute if I can find it in my documents folder. But anyways, if you want to read the full article, about the whole, is the New World Order behind cryptocurrency, it's a great article. I highly recommend it. The link is in the description. That's pretty much all I had to say. If you like my channel, please share it. Please tell your friends. There's a lot of really good content on here that nobody watches because you guys would rather watch a bunch of idiots like Stickshammer666 or that Nino, that former pro boxer. Those guys are all Masons, okay? Half the people in the trending video section on BitChute are all Masons. Crenshaw, that's the one guy I would recommend on BitChute that you watch everything that guy puts out, Jim Crenshaw, because that guy's like me. He's fighting the good fight, and it's honestly, from what I've done, my research into the guy, it's basically ruined his life the same way it's ruined mine. I was trying to expose this stuff starting about 5 years ago. I started a channel. I seen some real creepy stuff, uploaded the video I had on it. Next thing you know, I'm being set up on a fake burglary case by crooked local police in Erie, Pennsylvania. I literally it was a trespassing. I walked through somebody's yard basically. I spent a year fighting the case, lost every frickin' thing I owned, basically penniless now. I lost, somebody hacked my bank account, hacked my crypto assets, my apartment, lost everything in there, probably close to $100,000 worth of stuff in my apartment, all lost, truck gone, tools all gone. They ruined me financially, so I couldn't fight back. But, I'm still trying to do what I do, even with no money. I mean, I can barely make rent anymore. If you want to really help support my channel and make sure that I can keep putting content out like this, you got to start sharing my stuff, guys. I need help here, and I'm actually looking for some investors on launching my own crypto coin. I got it all mapped out. I need about $5,000 to $10,000 though to really get it launched, and I just can't afford that right now. But I mean, if you're sitting on some money, and you want to make a bunch of money, the guy who taught me how to do this launched a coin 2 years ago called Honk Coin with a $25,000 investment, and he made $4 million off of it. $4 million off of it from a $25,000 investment. So, I don't know if you want to round up 50 people off BitChute and everyone throws in $500, I'd have the money to make us all hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, maybe we could actually use that money to fight back and, change the world and keep God from bringing down the hammer. But to me, it's looking like things are bad and they're getting worse. And I don't know what to do about it. Anyways, if you actually sat through this whole diatribe, check out the article linked in the description. My name's Jason. The channel's Cult of the Lamb. Thanks a lot for watching. You have a good day.